I don't know. If you are a reasonably intelligent human being, you know when you do heroin that the odds are your life is at least going to get worse.
But if you're an intelligent human being, why do you drink? Why do you smoke? Why do you put chew in your mouth?
Believe me, I've had these internal debates for years.
What's your thing? Do you have a poison?
No, I stopped drinking 11 years ago and gave up drugs by and large about half a decade ago. But I did fall off the wagon last year at Bonnaroo.
What makes you stop drinking? I stopped. What happened?
At a pretty young age.
Yeah, before I graduated college. I quit drinking my senior year of college. I would just go nuts, man. Like all these incidents, I've never been like the joke I make is like I've never been drunk. I've only been like drunk. You know, like I only knew how to drink to like pass out or get into a fight.
When people say being buzzed is still being drunk, do you go, duh?
I don't even know what buzzed is. Like I just drink through buzzed and go right to plastered. The worst it ever got was when I was the night where I was like, all right, I'd had a number of nights that were bad, but the worst night I ever had was my senior year of college. I got so drunk at a bar 3 blocks from my house that I got lost on the way home. And it was just honestly like, go out the door, make a left, make another left, you're home. I got lost. Called a friend of mine who I had been at the bar with and was like, you gotta call me in an hour, and if I'm not home, you gotta come find me because I don't know what I did. I was like scared and lost on a 3-block walk, and then eventually made it home. And the thing I don't understand about myself is I knew I was in trouble enough that I called someone for help. And then my roommates were all drinking 40s of malt liquor when I got there, and they handed me one, and I finished it in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
After calling someone else and being like, I'm too drunk to know how to get home, help me. Oh, I'm home now. Let me consume 40 ounces more of malt liquor. And that night I wound up, blacking out. And long story short, I put on a Batman mask and started sprinting through the streets of New Brunswick, New Jersey, blacked out. And have very vague recollections. I remember at one point, like, jumping up and down on top of a car while a bunch of people were cheering, like, Batman, Batman. At one point, I remember being physically thrown down a set of steps by people who were like, get out of our house. I don't know if there was, like, a party I tried to crash.
Batman is so polarizing.
Yeah, people either love or fear him.
I saw this movie. And
always.
The city's, like, against him somehow. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Did you see the movies, guys?
Yeah,
he saved your life over and over.
He's a black-cloaked vigilante who operates outside the law. I get that there's fear there.
Right.
Yeah.
But also the embracing you can see. You don't remember if you were trying to fight crime?
I have no idea what I was doing. I remember it ended. I came to in my room, and there were these 2 kids there who I went to high school with, who I hadn't seen in like 8 years. Like 4 years. I hadn't seen them since I graduated. And so I hadn't seen them in 4 years. And they were both like low-level drug dealers. And they were just in my room. And I hadn't seen them in 4 years. And I was like, oh, you guys got to get the fuck out of my house.
That'd be funny if it was a split second. Like you let them in and then you came to. It's like, you guys got to go.
It definitely wasn't, because I was like, oh, what? You guys got to get the fuck out of my house. And they were like, Finish the story. And I was like in mid-story and came to and was like, get out of my fucking house, man. And that was the one where I was like, I got to stop drinking.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like, so I'm on top of the car. People are cheering me on. I'm Batman. At one point, they threw me down the steps. You guys got to go.
Yeah. I mean, it was. That was how it pieced together. There are long stretches of that night I don't remember.
Oh, that would do it.
And that was not the first night. That's not the only night I have about stories I have about a night I can't remember.
KeithAndTheGirl.com